Hi, this is Michael Rubin. We've been talking about finding the notes for the solo that opens up Scratch My Back by Slim Harpo. Um, a lot of times when people try and figure out a solo, they'll often try and do the whole solo at once, or at least a whole lick at once. In my opinion, they are doing themselves a disservice, and that the odds are high that they will miss some of the subtleties of the solo. What I therefore suggest you do instead is go for one note at a time. So try and find the first note. When you feel like you got that, try and find the second note until you've done a full 12 bars. I always recommend not just doing in one lick, but to do a full 12 bars and think about how these licks work in context. So, when you're looking for a note, it really can only be in one of three places. It can either be the note you think it is, or it is lower than the note you think it is, or it is higher than the note you think it is. So it's in one of those three places. Now, let's see. Give me a second. I'm looking for this one for my melodica. I see it. Hold on. All right. Now let's say you're looking at a keyboard and the player you're listening to plays this note. And you guess that he's playing this note. Well, that's higher in pitch. So hopefully you can hear that it's higher in pitch. Well, some people would say, okay, well, if it's higher, I'll try this note. But the player is playing this note. So you jumped over the note you were looking for. So it becomes this game of leapfrog of trying to narrow it down to the note. So for me, that's not the best way to do it. For me, the best way would be to, if I played this note, or if the musician played this note, and I guess this note, I say, oh, that's higher. Well, what's one note lower than that? No, it's not that. What's one note lower than that? No. No. Nope. 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 Hey, that's it. So what I did is I moved chromatically, one keyboard note at a time, until I finally found the note that the musician was playing. If you do this, you will never miss the note. You will always find the note. Because sooner or later, as long as you're correct that the note you're looking for, the note you're guessing is higher or lower than the note you want, and you move lower or higher respectively to find the note you want, as long as you're correct in your guess whether it's low, high, you're going to find the note. You can't miss it because you're hitting each note at a time. Now, until you learn how to overblow, a diatonic harmonica is missing a lot of the notes on the keyboard. So, until you learn how to overblow, you cannot play chromatically. But you can play as chromatically as possible. So if you're on 5 blow and it's lower, the next note, 4 draw, is actually 2 keyboard notes higher. Let's say I'm on a B flat harmonica, so 5 blow is D and 4 draw is C. There's actually a black key in between them. That black key is an overblow on the harmonica. So if I can't hit that overblow, I'm moving not in a chromatic fashion on the keyboard. I jump from D to C. But it's chromatically as I can on the diatonic harmonica until I learn how to overblow. I guarantee you Slim Harpo is not overblowing on this song. I would not choose a song with overblows on it for our first time. Okay? But, for most music, overblows didn't really come into vogue into 1985 when Howard Levy put out Harmonica Jazz. So, it's not like there weren't any overblows before then. Blues Bird had played an overblow on record, Mike Turk, Toots Thielman, Will Scarlett, probably some other folks too. But those are the ones that I've heard about. But most harmonica players before 1985 are not using overblows. So if you're trying to figure out the notes on a song before 1985, odds are there's no overblows. And so you move as chromatically as possible. So let's say the note that the player is playing is this. That's 3 draw, by the way. I'm going to start on 5 blow. That's what I think it is. Is it higher or lower? Here's the note. Here's what I think it is. Hey, it's higher. Well, what's one harmonica note without overblows lower than 5 blow? 4 draw. That's not it. What's lower than that? 4 bend. That's not it. 4 blow. That's not it. 3 draw. Hey, that's it. Okay, and by moving chromatically down, or as chromatically possible on a diatonic, you will always find your note. Sometimes it takes a little bit of patience, but you will always find it. So, now comes the big question. For some of you, this is under your belt completely. But for some of you, you don't know this question. And if you don't know this question, you need to figure it out. What is the lowest note on the harmonica? What is the highest note on the harmonica? And how does it go from low to high, from the lowest to the highest? What is the order of the notes on the harmonica from low to high? Because if you know that, you can move chromatically up and down. If you don't know that, you're going to make a mistake. So my first question to you is this. On holes 1 through 6, which is low, the blow note or the draw note? Well, on hole number 1, blow, draw, low, high. The blow note is lower than the draw note. Hole number 6, low, high, same thing. So, first rule, from holes 1 through 6, the blow note is lower than the draw note. How about the bent note? I'm going to blow on hole number 1, and then I'm going to bend on hole number 1. Which one is lower? Low, high. The blow note is lower in pitch. The bent note is higher in pitch. Therefore, on holes 1 through 6, the blow note is lower than the bent note. What about the bent note and the draw note? I'm going to play 1 bend and then 1 draw. The bent note is lower than the draw note. Low, high. Therefore, on holes 1 through 6, the blow note is the lowest, the bent note is in the middle, the draw note is the highest. Low, higher, highest. Blow, bend, draw. What about a hole with multiple bends, such as hole number 2? Hole number 2 on a C harp is G, 2 draw, 2 single bend is F sharp, and 2 double bend is F. Which is lower, the double bend or the single bend? Here's the double bend, single bend. Which is lower, the double bend. How can we describe that the double bend is lower than the single bend? In the name, double is a numerical value. Which has a higher numerical value, double or single? Double. because double relates to the number 2 and single relates to the number 1. Therefore, on holes with multiple bends, the bend with the highest numerical value in its name is lower. The bend with the lower numerical value in its name is higher. Therefore, on hole number 3, 3 triple bend is the lowest, 3 double bend is higher, and 3 single bend is higher than that. Therefore, on hole number 3, the blow note is the lowest, the triple bend is higher, the double bend is higher, the single bend is higher, and the draw note is the highest. Now, if 1 draw is the highest note on hole number 1, and 2 blow is the lowest note on hole number 2, which is lower, 1 draw or 2 blow? Low, high. 1 draw is lower than 2 blow. Therefore, on holes 1 through 6, the draw note on the hole on the left is lower than the blow note on the hole on the right. Therefore, to go from 1 blow to 2 blow, hole number 1 is the lowest. 1 blow is the lowest, 1 bend is higher, 1 draw is higher, and 2 blow is the highest. There is an exception to this rule. Do you know where it is? 2 draw on a C harp is the note G, and 3 blow on a C harp is also the note G. They are the same pitch. This is a B flat harp, but it works the same. Same note. Therefore, the exception to the rule is between 2 draw and 3 blow, where the note is the same. What about overblows on holes 1 through 6? Which is the highest note on the hole without overblowing in hole number 1? 1 draw. Which is lower, the overblow or the draw note? Well, this harmonica is really not set up to do it. Let's see if I can do it on hole number 6. There it is. Okay, so which is higher, 6 draw or 6 overblow? Here's 6 draw, the highest note on the hole without overblows, and 6 overblow. Low, high. So the draw note is lower in pitch than the overblow. Therefore, on hole number 6, the blow note is the lowest, the bent note is the next highest, the draw note is the next highest, and the overblow is the highest. So which is higher? Which is lower? The overblow on the hole to the left, or the blow note on the hole to the right? I'm going to play 6 overblow and go to the blow note on the hole to the right. As we moved right, it went higher. Therefore, the overblow is lower, the hole to the right is higher. The blow note to the hole to the right is higher. Therefore, on holes 1 through 6, it goes like this. Blow note, bent note, draw note, overblow, hole to the right, blow note. So really it goes like this. Blow note, bend with the highest numerical value in its name, bend with the lowest numerical value in its name, draw note, overblow, blow note on the hole to the right, with the exception being hole 2 draw and 3 blow, where the note is the same. Okay, now let's look at holes 7 through 10. Which is lower, the blow note or the draw note? Here's 7 blow, draw, high, low. 7 draw is lower. Therefore, on holes 7 through 10, the draw note is the lowest. Everything else works the exact same. The draw note is the lowest. The bent note with the highest numerical value in its name is the next highest. The bent note with the lowest numerical value in the name is the next highest. The blow note is the next highest. The overdraw is the next highest. And then the draw note of the hole to the right is the next highest. So, I know it took a little bit of time, and it may seem crazy to really spell it out like that. But I think it's important to spell it out like that. I cannot tell you how many students I work with who are confused about this issue. And when it gets down to finding a note that is lower or higher, they can't do it. They go in the wrong direction. So, I know sometimes I take the long way, but I believe that the more complete way will ultimately serve you the best. Okay, I will see you later.